Hello, Flosstube. If you don't know me, my name is Kim. I run Keltsley Charting. I used to do Flosstube videos a couple of years ago, but it was mainly for showing off Keltsley products, and because I do hand-dyed fabric, showing that. And then when Facebook introduced their live system for doing videos, I kind of stopped using YouTube, Flosstube, and just did that. But I want to get back to Flosstube. So I have tried filming this video before, but it turned out to be quite a long one because I did a few bits and bobs. And it wouldn't upload. I tried and tried and I tried and it wouldn't upload. So I'm going to do a new video, and I'm hoping this one is okay. If it's not, I think I might just give up on the whole thing. Drive me bonkers. But oh, excuse me, I'm doing this from my phone, which is a first for me. I haven't done it on my phone before, so I hope it works okay. And I am going to use Flosstube for a combination of, I'm still going to show some KLT stuff, but before KLT charting I was a stitcher, so I'm going to do more me stitchy stuff type thing. So what I thought I would do today is a WIP Parade. Who doesn't love a WIP Parade? And show you all the WIPs I have in my pile. And yeah, there's quite a few. Sorry. I do stitch mainly my own stuff, not all, but mainly. Excuse me. So if you know Keltsley charting and you're not a fan of Keltsley charting, then sorry. Okay. When I shot the video last time, I also showed you some new Keltsley products and some finishes. But what I'm going to do, instead of waffling on and on and on and on and on, is I'm going to split them. So today's just the WIP Parade, and then I will do another, if that works okay, then I will do another video showing you some recent finishes and some Keltsley stuff. So I hope that sounds okay. If you've never seen me before, this is my cabin. This is where I work. This is in the garden. Normally, people who've seen my videos before will know there's a window behind me, but it always glares. Like really shines in brightly behind me. It's not a very sunny day today, but it will still glare quite a lot. So I've actually stacked up some cardboard so that you can't see. So here we go. We're going to have a WIP Parade. Some of these are very, very old. And they're all in, I keep all of my WIPs in plastic wallets. I was going to be all prepared and take them out to save you hearing the rustling. But everything would get mixed up, so sorry about that. Okay, this is my first WIP. This is an old one. And despite me saying I stitch a lot of my own stuff, this is actually Heaven and Earth Designs. And you can see I've not really stitched a great deal of it. Is that showing okay? So this is a Spangler chart. This is Coral Kingdom. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to turn, see, although I'm doing this on my phone, oh, I'm dropping stuff now. There we go, so I can get some light from the door. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. So Coral Kingdom, and this is being stitched 1/1 with full crosses on 18 count, and you can see it's gonna be a big one, and I haven't worked on it in forever. But this was actually a gift. It was wrapped to me. I'm pretty sure it was by my cousin Nicola. Bought this for me quite a while ago, and I do love it. I love all Spanglers, and I will show you in a bit one of my biggest BAPs WIPs. So it's Coral Kingdom. I will come back to it one day. I'm not going to be able to get this back in the packet now. Spangler normally does like all the dragons and things, and hopefully you will have noticed what I want to do is once I finish filming I will go back and I will do some editing and add in, when I show you a WIP, I'm going to add in pictures, if I can, of what it will look like when it's done, is the plan. If I can't do that, I'm going to look really silly having said it now and nothing appears, but you know, we'll go with it. Okay, so Spangler does a lot of like dragons and cats and things like that, but that's his underwater scene, which, yeah, I really love. Okay, so this is one of mine. Bless his heart. A long forgotten Presley penguin on hand-dyed fabric. This is Summer Presley penguin. You can see I've not really done a great deal apart from coming down doing his wing, and I think that's part of his, I think it's part of his surfboard, I think. But I will insert a picture so you can see what Presley is supposed to look like. I've got on my website, I've got a lot of Presleys, and I've got a lot of Presley penguin and Ollie owl. Okay, this is one, this is, okay, another big one. Now this is a hug of owls. Oh, you can see I haven't really, I was doing that out, I've got two versions, the full coverage, and I've got just outlines, okay? And this is the outline version, which I was stitching with hand-dyed threads. And this is on my website still. Oh God, all over the place. This is artwork by Amy Simmons. And it's one of those that I really loved the artwork, like properly loved the artwork. But when I was stitching it, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling the love as I was stitching it. I don't know why. But it's still in my WIP pile. I will come back to it one day. If you, again, I will put up a picture again to show you what it's supposed to look like. But my sister, Jade Mead, she is in my Facebook group and she's been stitching it, and she's got a lot further on than I have. So if you want to see it further along, then have a look there to see what Jade's been up to. Okay, now this is one that I can't insert a picture to show you what it's going to look like when it's done, because it's actually from a magazine. Which magazine was it? I'm not sure. Hang on 2 seconds. See, this is where being organised would have come in helpful, wouldn't it? So it's the world of cross-stitching, the world of cross-stitching. Do we have an issue number? Issue 186. And they released a load of small patterns of kings and queens. Now, where's the rest of it gone? Where's some of it? Oh, it's here. Kings, queens. And I had the idea, this is quite a while ago, this is before I started Keltsley charting, to do Henry VIII at the top. This was my sort of plan. There it is. Can't really see it, it's just sketching. So Henry VIII at the top, his 6 wives, and then I think it was possibly supposed to be Elizabeth underneath. Something to that effect. As I say, this is quite a while ago. The fabric is actually covered in dingy, horrible marks. I don't even know if that would clean up properly. It's like stained. But that's how far I've got with it. Okay, and I did Anne of Cleves and Catherine Howard. So sort of starting from the middle and working out, and then Henry would be up here. And I think, as I say, I think I planned for Elizabeth to be down the bottom. I don't know if you can see how awful the fabric looks. Look, all the yellow staining. And it's such a shame. And this one has been in my WIP pile for donkeys. But I kind of started doing it. My grandma tried teaching me to cross stitch years ago, and I just couldn't get into it. Couldn't, like, proper when I was little. I just couldn't get into it. I had to go at some tapestry. I was a little bit more successful, but again, never really stuck. And Grandma and I always had, sorry, wrestling again. Hang on. Let me put that away. No, that's fine. Grandma and I always had a sort of a thing for the Tudors. Something I was always quite interested in, and you know, Henry and all his wives. Grandma died a few years ago. Can't even think what year we're now. 9 years ago? Do you know, I can't think. How bad is that? And I kind of wanted to stitch this for her, like in memory of her, and so I haven't got the heart to say I'm never going to come back to it, because I will, but I just don't know when. Bless. So, and it's such a shame actually that my grandma actually died before I started Kelty charting, so she never actually saw what I'm doing with my life now, and I think she'd be, I don't know, impressed but pleased, I think. Surprised probably, but oh well. Right, I'm not going to do that one. Probably won't do that one. Okay, so this is another one that is on my website still, but Jade, the sister that I mentioned just now, she did the artwork for this and I converted it. And this is the Pegasus outline. So I'll show you what I've done so far. It's on hand-dyed fabric. I think this one's from Jodery Designs. And this is 18 count silvered Ada, which means this before, I think it was Michelle at Jodery, before she could get opalescent Ada from Zweigart, she used to get this sparkled stuff, which is like sprayed glittery on one side, but there's nothing on the other side. I had quite a few pieces like this, but this is my Pegasus, so you can see the wings here, and then coming down to the tail. Now the idea was to do it all in white, but I had the genius idea, and I used the term genius lightly there, to stitch the mane and the tail in, and I think I've done it in Krynic. See, my problem is I don't make notes of anything, and I should, and I think I'm going to, for these videos, I'm going to start, if I want to do them more regularly, I'm going to start actually writing down what I'm stitching with, but I'm pretty certain I've done the tail. Can you see the difference between the tail and the wings? That's just white, and that's sparkly. But because I'm not 100% certain on what I've used, I'm actually considering restarting it, because I do love the piece. But what I'm thinking I might do is restart it, and instead of using Krynic, which I should imagine the reason I haven't worked on this in forever is because the Krynic probably killed the love. But I could use the Etoile, the DMC Sparkly Etoile. That would look lovely, I think. That may go down as a restart rather than a WIP, I think. Maybe. Okay, another one from my website that I didn't do the artwork for. This is Celtic Rope Butterfly, and there's another. See, I start these, I've done so little. And this is on 18 count sparkly or opalescent fabric. Celtic Rope Butterfly, and I'll insert a picture. You can see I changed the colours. My cousin, Shell Cook, she used to do charts, design charts for me, and some of them are still on my website, but then she also started her own Etsy shop, which is Circus Stitches. Excuse me. Circus Stitches, and if you like, she does a lot of quote work, and you should definitely go check it out on Etsy. She does loads and loads of quotes. I've got another chart of hers further down in my WIP pile, which I will show you when I get there. This is actually, now I've said that, this is another one of Shell's charts. This is on my hand-dyed fabric, Kelty Charting hand-dyed fabric, which is 20 count Ada, Bring Me Sunshine. Lovely bright yellow. It's looking a little bit washed out in the video, but I will put up a picture. This is Turn on the Light. So it's the shape of a light bulb. Well, you'll see when it comes up. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of places if one only remembers to turn on the light. So that's one of Shell's that she did for me for Kelty Charting before Circus Stitches. And it's just stitched in black on the yellow, so hopefully when it's done the yellow will shine through the black. Okay, this is one of mine. I do a lot of charts with words. I call them in words, and I've got loads. I've got loads of dogs, which I can show you in a minute. But somebody requested a specific actor, which I did, and that was a present for somebody, but it gave me the idea of doing other actors. So I did a couple. I think this one is Vin Diesel, and there's no particular reason I did Vin Diesel. It's just one of the first that sprung to mind. I don't know if I was watching one of his films at the time or something. I don't know. So this is Vin Diesel in words, and you can just see the start of it there. It's in like a film strip, and it's got words all associated with Vin Diesel, so it's his characters and his films. So we've got Guardians of the Galaxy, because obviously he voiced Groot, and then Groot will be on here somewhere as well. Fast and the Furious, Pitch Black, The Last Witch Hunter, Pacifier, Dominic Toretto, all his names of his films and his characters. I think that's about, I don't know, not quite half done, maybe a third done, something like that. It's not in black either, and that's the other thing, is I need to find, I must have written down some notes somewhere. I didn't do it in black, it's kind of a, not grey either, I'm not quite sure what I did that in. I'll have to look at it. Another one of mine, Phoenix Rising, on another piece of Jodrey fabric, which is again silvered. So it's all sparkly on one side, no sparkle on the other side. But this is Phoenix Rising. And I'll put the picture so you can see what it's going to look like. Because I think it's a lovely chart. I just didn't get very far with it. A lot of these were starts. I don't know, where are we now? We're in October 2020 now. I didn't do Mania this year. Mania was WIP's 19. So it must have been 2018. I tried to do Stitch Mania. Instead of 15 starts in 15 days, I did 14 starts in 15 days and worked on my back, which I'll show you. And quite a few of these ones that I haven't done very much were Stitch Mania starts. But I will persevere and get back to them one day. This is another Stitch Mania start, another one of mine. This is Day of the Dead Moth. And quite a little piece of fabric actually, another silvered bit. I'm not sure if this fabric is actually big enough, do you know? You'll see when I put up the picture, it's quite a decent sized chart, and I've only done it on a little 9x13 piece of fabric. There must have been some logic to me doing that, but Day of the Dead Moth. Okay. I don't know if I ever come back to that one. I may have to do it. That must maybe another restart on a bigger bit of fabric. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. I hate stitching too close to the edge. And where I stitch mainly in frames, I use Q-snaps mainly on my Larry. If it's too close to the edge, it won't actually hold in the Q-snap. So I don't know what I was thinking there. Can you guess what it is yet? This, we did some team events. Well, we did 3 in the end, and then I haven't done any more. But I did a team chart, so I was Team KLT, obviously. And this was Team Ollie. Ollie Owl, it's going to be an Ollie Owl. And at the top it says Team KLT, fueled by caffeine and chocolate. So you can just make out that white, he's holding a cup. He's wearing purple, and he's holding a cup. I will come back to him because I've got a couple of team charts. I think there's 2 Team Ollies and a Team Presley. And I would actually love to get them finished and then put up in here in my cabin for Team KLT. So I will come back to Ollie one day, definitely. Some of the others I'm not sure, but definitely. Excuse me. Okay. This is another one of mine. And this is Square Dance. And I do love this, and I'm not really sure why I haven't stitched more of it, to be honest with you, because it's such a nice piece to stitch. It's 100 by 100 stitches, but it's just squares, lots of squares, variations on squares. Square Dance. And I've been stitching it with, so I've actually got it here, so I know this one. This one is the DMC Variegated 4030. So that one is definitely one that I will come back. That one will not be neglected for long. I'd love to finish that. Are we having fun with all my whips? Okay, what have we got next? Another one of my words charts. and this is another one that will get finished, because apart from anything else I want the picture for the website. And this is Inwards Remembrance Poppy. You can see I've done the top, and then, I mean, you've got the big black bit in the middle to go, and then it comes down, and then there's a leaf as well that comes off in the shape of a poppy. All words to do with remembrance, so devotion, tribute, remembrance, 11 AM, sacrifice, lest we forget. It's all on there. Again, I've got a picture so you can see what it looks like. Okay, this is another team chart. This is Team Keltsley Presley, stitched on a piece of my hand-dyed fabric. This is Cabin Fever. When I first moved into my cabin, it was all I could talk about. Loved it, loved it. I mean, it's quite a big piece of fabric. I'm not going to need all of that, so I'll have some left over. But here we have Team Presley, and you'll see from the picture he'll have a blue sash going across saying Team Kelty, and he's holding a balloon as well. Not sure which side it's on now, I can't remember. So, yes. He will definitely be finished, and like I say, I would love to have him up framed and in my cabin. Team Kelty, yay! Another one of mine. This is one of my fabrics again. This is, I think, 14 count Ada, and the chart, the fabric is Smoky Rose, and the chart is Witch's Feet. Obviously that's a witch's hat, but you'll see when the picture's up that feet come down and from underneath the hat. He's stitched mostly in black, apart from the buckle. You're not gonna, can you just make out that is Etoile? Just getting clear, aren't you? But that has got a bit of sparkle to it, and the red and the yellow of the feet will be done in the same, so they will sparkle as well. So it's Witch's Feet. Okay, now we have another inwards chart, and I think this is a dog. Yes, this is a Chow Chow. So I've got loads of breeds of dog on my website, and this is the Chow. And these is the outline of the shape of the dog. Obviously half done, and it will say Chow Chow across there. All words associated with that particular breed. Stubborn, protective, blue. The Chow Chows have a blue tongue, so blue tongue's written in there. Dominant, intelligent. Words. So again, I will finish that one, so I can use the picture on the website. So there's loads of breeds. If you're a dog lover and you like those, then check out the site, because I have loads and loads. And I'm forever at it. I mean, I haven't done any new charts in a while for those, but I'm always happy to add to it. Okay, we have another Ollie. And this one is Christmas Ollie. Got a bit of tangle of threads going on here. What's that about? God, he looks a bit spooky without his eyes, doesn't he? So it's Christmas Ollie, and he is stitched on, I'm thinking, it looks like 16 count Ada, because a while back I actually stitched Christmas Presley Penguin on, sorry, I've got something stuck to my fabric. I stitched Christmas Presley Penguin on Kelty hand-dyed fabric, January's Boy, and he comes out with my Christmas decorations every year. So the plan is to stitch Christmas Ollie to go up alongside him. So I will get that one done. Who knows, maybe this year? Perhaps a bit of Christmas stitching. Can you believe it's October already? Ooh. I'm starting to sound a bit croaky, aren't I? Excuse me while I have a drink. Okay, this one is Tribal Fish. I have lots of tribal animals on my website. And this is the fish, what I have done of it. Again, we'll put up a picture so you can see what it's supposed to be like. I try all my tribals in black, so you can pick your own colours. And this is a hand-dyed hand-dyed thread on, looks like 16 count. 16 count Ada is my favourite. Is my go-to. See, I would love to be able to come back, do some floss tubes and be able to show you loads of progress on these. Some of them are long forgotten. Like this one. This is another Ollie, not a team Ollie, but sort of a team Ollie, but not like that. So this is Ollie. I help run a stitching game called Myth and Magic Stitch Wars. And that's, I mean, it's tons of fun, but we're in different clans and we fight against each other by stitching. And my clan is the Hunters. So I did a Hunter Ollie. And if you watch Supernatural, he's got the protection symbol. You'll know what that looks like on his chest. Well, you'll see it when I put up the picture. And he's holding a bow and arrow. Is it bow and arrow? No, it's not bow and arrow. What's he holding? I can't think what it's called. Just a bow, like a bow. What's it called? Mind blank. You can see what it is. I'm an idiot. So I will, yeah, I'll come back to that one as well. My Hunter. Here we go. I have a whole range of these on the website, and this looks like 18 count sparkly Ada. That's it. I've had enough. I'm off to Hogwarts. Stitched in Hufflepuff colours, obviously yellow and black. I am a Hufflepuff. I was always one of those that I wanted to be in a cooler house than Hufflepuff. I did. Obviously I wanted to be a Gryffindor. Who doesn't love being a Gryffindor? Who doesn't want to be smart enough to be Ravenclaw? I'm not a big fan of Slytherin, but for years, these, you know, sorting hats and games and stuff tell you what house you're supposed to be in, and every single quiz I have ever done has told me I'm in Hufflepuff. So I think I just go with it now. I'm a puff. Oh, right, so this is the other piece of shells I was saying about that I've got. This is, so by Circus Stitches, and this is Walk It Off. Black Ada, which, do you know, I go through phases where I'm okay and I could stitch on it, and then other times it's like, no, my eyes aren't having any of that. So this is a quote from the Avengers films. I'm Avenger mad. So this is one of Captain America's quotes. So you get hurt and back. You get in it, we'll say, you get killed. Walk it off. So you'll see a picture when I put it up with his shield. I've got another one of these to do actually. When I finish this one, I will start on it, which I think is the Iron Man quote. I don't want to join your super secret boy band, I think that one is. So yes, if you like that sort of like film quotes and stuff like that, go check out Circus Stitches because she's awesome. Right, we're getting on to the more recent ones now. So a lot of those I haven't worked on in forever. This one is a reasonably recent one. Oh, reasonably bits of paper. And this is Kaleidoscope Dragon. Where are we? We're upside down. This is how far I've got on my dragon. Just his back feet. But these kaleidoscope charts that I do are great for Myth and Magic, because each of these individual triangles is 100 stitches. And when we're stitching for the game, it's different ingredients. So if I did 100 stitches, one of those triangles, that would get me an Eye of Newt. Or you stitch more for bigger ingredients and you need all the different ingredients. For spells, and once you've got spells, you can attack your friends. It's great fun. Of course, then if they attack you, you need different spells to heal. It's fun. Loads of fun. Okay, now on to the really recent ones, and the reason you can tell they're really recent is because they are in the frames. So this is another kaleidoscope. Let me take this off so you can actually see, because he got moved the other night. This is Kaleidoscope Phoenix. You can see head, the body, and that's all done. It's got the wings, and then it comes down with like fancy bits under the tail. But I do like Phoenix's. Sort that out later. So Kaleidoscope Phoenix. Now, this one is one that it's a bit of a story to this one. So, as I say, in the clan games, Myth Magic games, we're in clans. Now, this is a Kelty charting chart. In this house, we do Supernatural that I edited for my clan, for the Hunters. So it'll say, in this clan, and then all stuff about Supernatural, and then... But I started it on 18 count sparkly Ada, and I hated it. Really, properly hated it. And I did the top of the S and some of the grey, and I was like, I can't. This is a 20-odd thousand stitch piece, and I'm hating it. I really am. So I restarted it, which I've never done before, like that. And for the first time, I've stitched on even weave before, but this is my first time stitching a chart like this on even weave and stitching over 2. And this is 32 count sparkly Murano even weave. I love sparkly fabric. I am a sucker for some sparkles. And I've done this much, but I'm not loving it. I'm really not. And I hate the idea of restarting it again. But you need to love what you're stitching, don't you? Especially when it's something fun like this. So I don't know. So it's kind of been put to one side for a few days whilst I decide what I want to do. But I'm having massive stock problems with Sapphire Guide at the moment. And I've been waiting ages for new Ada, but I've got some on the way, so who knows, when some 16 count turns up, I may restart that. You've got to love what you stitch. That's what I keep coming back to. And I like the feel of it, and do you know what, if I was stitching over one, I don't think I'd have a problem. But it's really, really taxing my brain to be jumping between other projects and keep coming back to this having to go over 2. The amount of times I've had to frog. And because it's sparkly, it's shredding my thread a little bit, and I just... Next time I do one of these videos, it could be a completely different story regarding that one. Okay, this is one of my spirit guides. This is Pegasus Spirit Guide. And again, love working on it when the black fabric doesn't do my head in. So this is a Pegasus. Sort of Harry Potter inspired, because they, it came from the idea of Patronuses. But it's kind of gone off on a bit of a tangent now. I've got loads of different animals on the website. And it's just shades of blue, abstract shades of blue. It's not going to make any sense, I don't think. I mean, I can see that. This is his back legs. This is the start of the tail. And it comes up and wings. That will be a Pegasus Spirit Guide. So yeah, so if you like those, check out the different animals on the website, because there's quite a few. So that is all of the little whips that I've got, with the more recent ones being last. And then I have this one here. Now this is my labour of love, and yeah, I left it in the case because people have asked me before, what do I do with it, and I'm not working on it, and it lives in this case, which my mum, who runs Craft Covers Creations on Facebook, she actually made for me. Excuse the Velcro, because I bought a Millennium frame for this project specially, and it never comes off, and it won't come off until it's finished. Hell of a lot of money, isn't it, for a frame, for one thing. And this is my other Heaven and Earth designs. I've been working on this for, I think it's about 8 years. Sorry, you can either see me, I have to keep popping up. Hello. So this is Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Computer Wizard, and it is a Spangler. And I started working... Let me tip you a little bit, hang on. Right. So I started coming down here, but then it was getting all too big and big bulky. I'll show you my back, and I never show people my back because it's horrendous. I'm a terrible cross-country stitcher. Look at the state of that. Oh! But it means I've got a lot of thread on the back, and it was starting to look really bulky here as I was losing tension there. You can also see where up here, so I decided to come back up the top, come across the top, and it was around here I started using waste threads. Instead of keep turning it over to anchor my threads at the back, you can see under there, there we go. I started using waste threads, so that's why there's none here, and it comes here, and then I came across to do this page and then this page, so we've got loads of waste threads down there. Yeah, that's not parking, that's waste. So as I'm stitching, hopefully I will stitch over it at the back, and when I get to it and I need the hole where there's a waste thread, then I just cut it off. But it does save me keep turning over. And I have a lamp. When I'm stitching, I have a lamp clamped on here. So trying to turn it over with a lamp clamped on it is not the easiest thing in the world. Okay. One day when I've done some more on it, I may unwind and you can see, I think there's another 2 pages there wound up that you can't see. There you go. Yeah, about 8 years. And I've worked out, if I carry on the same pace, I think I worked out that this chart is probably going to take me about another 25 years. I've got a bet with my other half. Every time I start something new, he's like, why aren't you working on the big one? Why aren't you working on the big one? He says, you're crazy, I don't understand. And he actually bet me, a couple of years ago, he bet me £200 that I would never get it finished. And I was like, oh, we'll take that bet. Because I can't lose. As in, he never put a time scale on it. So if I never finish it, I never have to pay up. But if I finish it, he'll give me £200. You'd think that would be incentive for me to crack on, really, wouldn't you? And I'm stitching that on 25 count Lugana, 2/1 10th stitch. So I say, I have worked on even weave. I love working on that on even weave, but that one over there is just, I'm not loving it. I don't know why. So I'm going to think on what I'm going to do on that other one. But I have spent the last few nights actually working on my computer wizard. Let me give you, see if I can give you a close up of the page. So this page, it's really hard trying to show you without being able to see. So this is the page I'm working on at the moment. Let's hold it still. And hopefully, if I do another one of these videos, I'll be able to show you that page again and show you what I've done on that. So, anyway, that is all of my WIPs. I'm going to go through and do some editing now, if I can, and try and insert some screenshots of what it will look like when it's finished. If you've got to the end of this video and there's been no screenshots, then obviously I couldn't work it out. Oops. Sorry. But I will be back soon with another video showing you some KLT stuff. But in the meantime, if you want to hit the comments and tell me what you thought of the different projects or ideas on what I could do with any of the restarts or anything like that, then great. I have been watching some other people's Flosstubes just lately, and they like to do like life updates and plans and all that sort of thing. So if that's the sort of thing you want to see from me as well, then again, hit the comments, let me know. At the end of the day, I'm going to be filming these videos for you to watch, so I may as well film what you want to see, if that makes sense. I have had some ideas for future videos, so again, I've got new products to be able to show you. I was going to show you some finishes, but I thought one day I could take you for a tour around the cabin. I mean, it's not as exciting as I'll make that sound, but, you know, some people might like to see. So I can take you for a tour. If there's anything you want to know about me, I've got 4 kids, so if you want to know more about them, questions about how I got started, anything at all, hit the comments and let me know for my next video. Okay, but in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can actually get this one to upload with the edited pictures in, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.